Hello. So I just want to say this quickly. Cultivate the habit of celebrating people that have the things you wish for. I know it might be difficult to do so, especially when you're in dire need of a particular thing, and then it appears that you haven't gotten it. You've been waiting, you've been praying, you've been asking for it, but you don't have it yet. And then suddenly someone that you know, your friend, your colleague, has got that same thing. Cultivate the habit of celebrating that person. Cultivate the habit of saying, wow, amazing, congratulations, rather than being jealous or envious of the person, going behind the back of the person to say evil things about them. Cultivate the habit of celebrating them. I'm saying cultivate for a reason, because sometimes it might be difficult. It might be difficult to do. I remember when I first got pregnant and I lost the baby. And then people around me, my colleagues, my friends, they were pregnant at the same time. And then they didn't lose their babies. The baby started growing and all of that. I didn't like it. It was difficult for me. It was a difficult time for me because I was even hopeful that I would get pregnant immediately, but unfortunately I didn't. And then it felt like, my own tummy or my baby bump wasn't coming up, because of course there was no baby in there, and every other person's baby bumps was coming. It was my first baby, so it was difficult. But then I had to learn to give thanks. I had to learn to celebrate them. I had to learn to be happy for them. And then I distracted myself. I focused my energy on the things that I needed to do. I concentrated on some other things so that I don't allow negative thoughts to continue to come into my mind. So that's why I said distracted. I distracted myself because I needed to concentrate on being thankful, on being positive, on being optimistic, about this thing, so that I can also have it. So then I think I was preparing for my Part 1 exam in Nigeria then. And then I put in all my energy into reading and preparing for this exam. Lo and behold, during that course of preparation, I took it. And then I think I was about in my first trimester when I went for the exam. I passed the exam. And when you move from a junior resident doctor to a senior resident doctor, you have less on calls. You don't have to stay, on site for the on calls. And about the time that I passed, I think 3 months after or 4 months after, I put to bed. So what happened is that I now had more time. So there was less work for me as a senior resident doctor, because I had junior residents under me that worked for me, and I didn't have to do on-site on calls. I had more time to nurture my newborn. Isn't God amazing? He makes all things beautiful in its time. There's a perfect time for everything. Yes, you think you desperately need that thing now, but there's a perfect time that God is preparing you for to have that thing. But if you continue to, have negative emotions, become envious and jealous about this, of people that have these things you want, you will never get it. You will never get it. You have to be happy for them. You have to celebrate them. You have to be appreciative of God's goodness and faithfulness in their lives before you can have it. It has to be something you do deliberately and consciously before it comes, because sometimes it's not easy. And, because of the human's brain and human's need that is insatiable, you might want to, feel bad for it. It just comes naturally to some people. For some people it may not, but for others, or most people, you just want to feel like, why is it not happening to me? Why not ask what the person is doing differently that you're not doing? Why not collaborate? Why not ask questions? Why not continue to pray to God that, God, why don't I have it now? So there are a lot of things that you could do. You could ask them, why did you do it? How did you get that thing? And they will put you through, rather than, becoming angry and, envious of them, not talking to them, not even wishing them, congratulations or, celebrating them. Be happy for people when they succeed, when they have good things, the things you desire. So in my own case, in my own example, the baby came at the right time. Perhaps God knew that if I had my baby before I went for the exam, perhaps I'll be overwhelmed and I might not be able to do well in the exam. So My charge for you today, my advice, the word I want to encourage you with today is to celebrate people when they succeed, when they have the things you want, you desire for. Celebrate them. And before you know it, things will work together for your good. The things you desire, the things you want, it will definitely come to pass. Okay? So I need you to be intentional about your mental health. Go out today, stay pumped up, stay excited, and do the things that make you feel good.